My advice would be to fall in love with the different versions of your partner, because there will be different versions over the years. You understand? People are going to change.
It's not a matter of knowing your rights. It's a matter of knowing your limits. When it's not every right that is a right. Somebody's rights end when somebody else's starts.
The advice is that men should sit up and take care of their wives very well, and then let the ladies come out. The women supposed to respect their husband ideas, and then support their husband in every aspect. But mainly, let the men do what they're supposed to do.
Respect your partner, learn to compromise, learn to draw the line, learn not to bring a third party into the relationship, because you know the saying that says, 3 is a crowd? It's not just in a gathering, in everything you're doing in life, 3 is a crowd. The moment you bring a third party into it, trust me, sometimes it works, but to be honest, you never trust anybody. And what works for you might not work for me. So your partner should be the second party and the third party instead of an outsider.
I think the way we are bringing up our children, most times we concentrate more on the girl child, on the women, rather than the men, because especially in the northern culture, the man is seen to be, he's a man, he can't do this, he's not supposed to do that, he's not supposed to do that. But as a woman, you tell her that you're supposed to cook, you're supposed to clean, you're supposed to do this, because when you get married, those are the things you'll do for your husband. And then you have a son. The son, is hearing those things. So he feels that when he gets married, he's just sit back and, enjoy life, while the woman does all those things.
Again, marriage is very unfair on women, and I'm just saying it as it is. It's very unfair on women because we put the pressure of a successful marriage on the woman. So if a marriage fails, they blame the woman. Nobody wants to know what the man did. And let me go back to the first question you asked about the different cultures. So in the northern culture, there's something called the walima. And I find that as a problem, not because I don't respect what is done. I find that every walima that I have gone for is only the woman that they're advising. Yeah, Corey, be patient. He is this, he is that. I remember someone saying to the woman that your husband is like God. He's not your friend. Forget all these new generation things where you call him friend, boy, my boo. No, he's like your God. Treat him like one. And I was like, why are we doing this? But I'm asking another question. Do we have a walima for men? I don't know. Because if we do, then it's a lot balanced. We need to give the same advice that we give to women to the men. For a successful marriage, exactly. It is not, marriage is one person and another person coming together. So you can't put the pressure of a successful marriage on just one gender.
So I made a conscious effort to know myself, and that's why I'm advising people to know yourself. I made a conscious effort to know myself. I said what things I like, what things I do often, who am I, what is my purpose, what is my vision of myself in the future. And I now said, okay, fine, I'm open to be with somebody that matches my energy.
If there's a problem, I will avoid it, and I won't be confrontational. It's just about understanding each other. Just understand. And if he's not understanding, you have to be patient for him to understand, because everybody's different. I'm getting to know him, so I have to be patient to understand his traits, and he has to be patient with my traits. Because, okay, I'm a time person. If you say you're coming at 2 o'clock, I expect you to come at 2 o'clock. But he comes at 2:05. I have to be patient to teach him. This is what I believe in. I see 2, I expect you to come at 2 o'clock. That is patience. Teaching him.
Education informs you. It doesn't make you a feminist. If you're educated and you go into marriage believing because I'm educated, I must always be right, then most of the time you're going to get it wrong. So you go into the marriage with your education. Your education is there to lift you up, to make you more aware of your surroundings, not to go in and start quarrels with your husband. If you're educated, you can be educated and you can still be an illiterate. Yeah. Education makes you knowledgeable, but it's what you do with the knowledge you have that makes the difference.
You need to understand the man. He needs to understand you. There needs to be give and take. Where you have problems, you need to work them out. You need to, like Antero said, there must be communication, open communication, not pretending communication and, open communication. And when there's a problem, the most important part is try and resolve the problems between each other instead of having a third party or somebody come in to resolve the issues for you. Because what somebody sees is not what you see. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Because what I see is not what you see. What he sees is not what I see. So by the time we decided to get married and stay together, then I should be able to accept what he is saying to me, and he should be able to accept what I'm giving to him. So eventually we get to a level of equilibrium where we try to understand each other.
I feel that we should also give more attention to our boys. For example, when my son was getting married, I sat him down. I said to him, "You are getting married, we're marrying someone else's daughter. The way I love you and care for you, that's how her parents love her. So you have to be responsible. You have to take care of her needs. You have to make sure that she fits well. You have to make sure that you don't only take care of your, maybe your clothing and all those things. You also have to make her look good. Because at the end of the day, it still boils back to the fact that they will say that is that person's wife."
But the advice is still the same thing. Marry your friend. If you marry your friend, you by half solve most marital problems that people go through today. You understand? And because of the peculiarity of our generation, rely less on social media. It's a huge phenomenon now that determines people's lives, people's marriages. People pick their role models from the internet and want to actually drop what they see or pick what they see from off the net and implement it in their marriage simply because it's fashionable. You understand? So these are things that are divergent. You understand that you have to divorce them. It's reality, one is make-believe.
She's not going to be young 30 years from now. And if you're obsessed about beauty, then it means that you would love her differently 30 years after the marriage. So you have to love every facet of her.